World Team Tennis roaring to life from Philadelphia once again inside Hagan Arena on the campus at St. Joseph's University. Last year's first place team in World Team Tennis taking on this year's current first place team. It's the 6-1 Philadelphia Freedoms against the 3-4 Orange County Breakers. Jason Knapp happened to be alongside World Team Tennis veteran, Grand Slam doubles champion Luke Jensen. Philadelphia, Luke, has been the star of the show, so to speak, as far as the overall season, winning 6 of 7. Orange County, couple of close losses to San Diego its last 2 matches, but a chance to make ground up against the first place team tonight.
And they've beaten this team before. It's the only loss for Philadelphia Freedoms, and it's in Philadelphia. There's a couple things that we'll talk about with the travel and some of their stars, but for the most part, this is the opportunity for this team, the Breakers, to make their move, because it's getting late early for them. As the top teams, you look at Washington, look at San Diego, they're starting to pull away from the pack with Philadelphia.
Remember, the top 2 make it to the championship match coming up August 5th, and as Luke mentioned, we're right at the halfway point of the 14-game, 3-week season, second 7 games starting tonight. As we look at the Wilson lineups, they're big and they're busy. There's a reason why injuries with Stéphane Robert, one of the men's players for the Breakers, going down for this 3-week season with an ailment. They've brought in some different players. Mackenzie McDonald, fresh off his run of the 4th round at Wimbledon, is set to be here tonight, except he's still en route here. They hope to have him. He's listed as a sub. So 2 things. Chris Seitz, who played college tennis down the road at Villanova, right now could be in the mix. And Rick Leach, who has 5 Grand Slam doubles champions to his credit, is in the mix as well.
Rick Leach in his 50s. He and I were roommates at Southern California, teammates. He's my captain. I mean, here's the thing. Don't get fooled to that lefty, okay? He's got a lot of magic still left in that magic wand of his, but it's going to be very interesting as they take on the Freedoms.
Meantime, Craig Carden, the coach of the Freedoms, has inserted himself potentially as an alternate player. We'll see how it all shakes out. Could be an entertaining night of tennis and should be either way, but with a lot of combinations, we'll see how it goes. These are the lineups that were listed at the start. Again, if McDonald gets here, you would expect him definitely, hopefully, to be here in time to play men's singles to close the night. Leach, at least for now, has put himself in the mix in the 3rd of the 5 sets in men's doubles. But again, this Philadelphia lineup, especially headlined by Taylor Townsend, who's unbeaten in women's singles, has been spectacular.
She's been a lightning rod, an absolute power player for this team. Started last year, she was their MVP, the emotional, the heartbeat of what they try to do. Look for Dabrowski, this Canadian woman who's playing in the mixed doubles, an outstanding power player that's done extremely well in the mixed doubles tour and the Grand Slams. They're really solid. That's why they're winning.
Yeah, certainly Philadelphia has showcased itself as the best team to this point at the halfway point in the 2018 World Team Tennis season. Introductions just about finished. The tennis about to begin. We'll get started coming up in mixed doubles from Philadelphia in a moment.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
WTT.tv is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Players continuing to loosen up for World Team Tennis action presented by Geico tonight here from Hagan Arena in Philadelphia. The Freedoms and the Breakers ready to battle here in this one. Look at the official format again. 2 men, 2 women, and a coach. That's been extended tonight with some of the wild cards and subs in the mix. 5 sets, 1 each of men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, mixed, tiebreaker available. Once we get potentially to 4-4 in a set, only need to win 5 games. It's a 9-point tiebreaker there. Home team coach setting the order of play. But Luke, the rules here, it's fast and furious. The season is, the sets are, especially starting with the no-ad scoring.
Pressure matters here, and that's really designed by co-founder Billie Jean King. She wants it fast. She wants the fans to get engaged. She wants the scoring to be very simple and like to the point. None of these long matches. We got Kevin Anderson here. He plays over 6 hours at Wimbledon. We're not doing that here.
Kevin Anderson, Wimbledon finalist, slated to suit up for the Freedoms at a couple of points this year, but again, he's here at attendance, not playing tonight, but meeting the fans, signing some autographs, certainly rooting on his teammates. There is a look at the 6'8" South African who made that dramatic run at the All England Club to the championship match, outlasting John Isner in a 6.5-hour marathon before bowing to Novak Djokovic in the final. That would be another power player for the Freedoms to have in the mix here as they continue their run in World Team Tennis. Again, just kind of physically needing the recovery time to gear up to what's an important run for him to try to make another deep push at the U.S. Open where he made the final a year ago.
He's got a lot of points coming off, and the Wimbledon kind of saved his bacon, so his ranking is going to be kind of stable for a while, but you know, we're really playing for those majors. He loves World Team Tennis. He's played before, and he just engages in this team format. He played for the University of Illinois. I mean, he's a Brad Dancer disciple where in that kind of made his career. He was kind of a journeyman, kind of going through to college, same as Isner. They weren't exceptional junior players. College made them the pros they are today.
Up to number 5 in the rankings. Before this year, Anderson spent exactly 1 week in the top 10, but since jumping into the top 10 in February, he's been a fixture there now for almost 6 months. So looking at players that have had great success this year, you mentioned this 26-year-old Canadian, 3 WTA women's doubles titles, and also her second Grand Slam title coming in mixed at the Australian.
She plays with a lot of power, plays with a lot of confidence. I've seen her come up through the ranks. When I was coaching back at Syracuse University, we'd get up to Canada and play a bunch of pro tournaments up there, and she was always this hard worker, mentally tough, looking to take it to the next level. She's a great success story.
She'll be paired up with Raquel Attal tonight, 35-year-old from California in women's doubles, but her partner right now is Fabrice Martin in mixed. There is the 6'6" Frenchman. Not quite Kevin Anderson size, but good enough tonight, and certainly a skilled player. Martin's been pairing with Taylor Townsend a lot in mixed doubles. He and Dabrowski picked up a victory last night in mix in the win for Philadelphia as they were able to take care of business against the Springfield Lasers.
And giving Taylor Townsend, she usually plays all 3 sets. Give her a little break here.
So Fabrice Martin ready to serve. They had a 5-2 win against Daniel Nestor and Abby Spears last night of Springfield. Marcelo de Molinaire, Andrea Klipach, their opponents tonight for Orange County.
Right from the start, you play the let, that serve, just tip the net cord. And the returning team has to be ready for it. The returner's partner can also intercept if it just rolls over the net.
The tall Frenchman, 3rd straight season of World Team Tennis, past male Rookie of the Year in 2016. De Molinaire reading it properly. 29-year-old right-hander from Brazil, a World Team Tennis Rookie this year. Suddenly it's an 0-2 hole here for the Freedoms. Again, we'll play point by point. And no ad scoring if we get to 3-all.
It's a great way to try to neutralize the big serve, just redirect the pace, take the energy out of the ball. Good lob down the line. Played a little heavy, but tactically that's the way to neutralize the big server.
.120 miles an hour there, and de Molinaire knocking it long, even at 2. Luke mentioned they met here last week. It's the only loss of the season for the Freedoms. 2016, the Breakers took it with that breakthrough on the road. Three straight solid serves from Martin, helping fuel 3 straight points. These teams actually open up the season against one another, with Philadelphia starting out on the West Coast, and they beat the defending champs 23-16. Snapped a 13-match winning streak at home for the Breakers.
Oh, an interesting situation. The second inside-out forehand winner, and now it's gender to gender, break point and game point at the same time.
3-all points. Both of these teams among the best in the league. Philly, 58% success rate on 3-all points. Orange County, 52%. And this mixed doubles team for Philly, 10 of 12 in this situation on the season.
The only thing I would say is, remember, normally that's Townsend's position. She's been the one out there. Difference maker right there, the quick hands and the communication. If you picked up how Philadelphia, mine, yours, the shifting, that is sound mixed doubles.
So Martin gets out of a jam. Overhead put away, and Philadelphia, as it's done so often this season, striking first here at home. De Molinaire now to serve. Again, the Brazilian won his first ATP doubles title earlier this year with Santiago Gonzalez, made the mixed doubles semis at the Australian with Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez, who plays World Team Tennis for the New York Empire this year.
Two big serves. I mean, 118 miles an hour. It's got a lot of heat Indoors where you don't have to deal with the elements like the sun or the wind. It's going to help the big servers.
Talking about success this year for Dabrowski on the other side of the net for the Freedoms. DeMolinaire here for Orange County. That's just long. One of the great things about World Team Tennis, you get to see some of the current stars of the sport, but you also see some after they've tasted some of their first big success, and also some that may start to have that breakthrough from what they achieve here in World Team Tennis.
That is a monster ball. 128 right there in the pocket. That corner serve was just perfect.
A clean hold there for Orange County. 1-all early on.
It's the fundamental approach, what you're looking for. Here's the Hawkeye Live. And this is just for the fans to see. It has no bearing on the call. That's the final call with the Hawkeye Live.
12 cameras situated around the court. No lines persons required. Computer making all the calls. There is a replay umpire utilizing 6 foot fault cameras, and we'll chime in with those. You'll hear the out calls, recorded voices that will just come in. Everybody getting used to it. Kevin Moss, the chair umpire. So Dabrowski made her debut for the Freedoms last night. One of her 3 matches on her schedule. And she and Martin teamed for a 5-2 victory just about 24 hours ago. Last year, first Canadian woman ever to win a major, winning the mixed doubles crown at the French Open.
A great example of what Tennis Canada, what TC's doing up there with all the players that are coming through.
Last night, Daniel Nestor was in the house playing for Springfield. If she could even graze some of the success of what Daniel Nestor has done in his doubles career, that would be quite special. And continuing to raise the profile. And you talked about power in her game. How about 112 miles an hour on the tee for that one?
And that's kind of average for her. She's got that firepower. She's a strong athlete, confident athlete, always plays best when she's smiling. If she kind of gets, you know, that bitter face starts to get down on herself, that's when her game can follow her attitude. But boy, when she's smiling, that game shines.
So you had 3 big servers to start. Now you have last year's Women's World Team Tennis Most Valuable Player. Lipac, 32 years of age from Slovenia. Did her part of that Breakers title run. Also played for the Washington Castles the year before that in 2016.
And Klepac is going to be the massive kind of foundation of this team's match tonight. If she plays well, if she can be the difference maker, they can have the upset tonight. They can win tonight. If she doesn't perform, there's too much firepower for Philadelphia to overwhelm their team. The Breakers have just got to make sure that she's hitting her spots on her serve and then connecting on the forehand.
Looks good so far for her. 6 WTA doubles titles in all, including 1 this season in Mallorca. That also came with Maria Jose Martinez Sanchez. Remember, DeMolinaire made the mixed double semis with that player at the Australian. So they've got that in common, do this Breaker duo. They also have an even score here with Philadelphia early on. 4 quick service games, 4 quick service holds. 2-2, we're underway. World Team Tennis presented by Geico from Hagen Arena. More in a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me.
Relax.
Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
At least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check him out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
First place Philadelphia Freedoms, defending champion Orange County Breakers, matched up World Team Tennis tonight. 2-2 opening set, mixed doubles. Fabrice Martin going at Klepacz.
And it's really hard to find opportunities right here. There was the last time Martin served, there was a no-ad point. It was a little dicey. And you can see it's just going to come down to one swing, one heartbeat. Between both of these teams in this set, who's going to really separate themselves?
There was that 3-all point, but with Martin's normal solid serving ability, especially the ability to crank one out to get himself out of trouble, doesn't always feel like it's that difficult. Well, the net saving the day for Philadelphia.
And any good mixed doubles or doubles player knows when you're serving, you want to make the net player the hero. Martin just put in good, solid, big serves, allowing his partner to do all the damage up there.
Four straight off the racket of Fabrice Martin. Philadelphia up 3-2 in cumulative scoring. Games matter, 133 miles per hour on that last offering. And now De Molinaire will look to match.
Dabrowski, look at the range right there. Again, she baits the line. She looks like she's moving forward and kind of covering the middle, and all of a sudden she gets the down line exactly what she wants. Watch on the left-hand side. Watch how he kind of sneaks up there, and look at that great range.
De Molinaire soaring in, sending it right at Martin. When he was here a week ago, he had some good fun engaging with some of the opposing crowd. Rick Leach calls him a showman, loves the music, playing to the fans. Certainly one of the leaders of this group. Luke, it's one of the unique aspects as well of this. Normally, unless you're in maybe the opposing player's home nation, most times you feel like you're even Steven with the opposition, but here in a true road setting, sometimes you're going to see maybe the majority of the crowd against you when you come in here with a different colored jersey, unique to the tennis setting.
That is a monster serve. It really, all four players have served well. Just that hiccup in the opening game. It's the placement, it's the speed, it's the bite on the ball that does the damage.
Dabrowski ready to serve. De Molinaire did his job. Speedy service, 3-all. Well, a couple of sky balls lead to the overhead put away.
But it was how she set up with the lob. She got in a situation, she had the forehand, she could have ripped it. Instead, she throws the lob up and kind of tears apart the breaker's formation and then finishes off with a nice overhead. Very good with the overhead, very good with the serve. Very smart player, Dabrowski.
Geico timeout taken. Rick Leach out there talking with his breakers. Greg Carden coming over as well.
And all you're talking about is, okay, can we kind of develop, you know, a pattern? Can we look to exploit maybe a down the line return, maybe a short angle, anything that Rick Leach and his experience and expertise, a lifelong tennis legend at every level, from the juniors to college, the pros.
46 doubles titles in the ATP, Rick Leach's career, 5 Grand Slams as well.
Dabrowski once again, this time off the backhand side. And you see she transfers her momentum into that shot, pace for pace. She loves that backhand side. Early pivot to set herself up before the ball bounces. She's ready to make contact. You can see it right here. Watch out, just watch the bottom of your screen. She turns right there. Before the ball bounces, she is kind of locked and loaded to hit it. There's some good tennis out here right now.
Delightful doubles play. Freedom's bench up honoring that superb volley from Fabrice Martin, as well as the entire team's play. They've guaranteed themselves no worse than a chance at a tiebreak in this set. The moment they're applying the brakes thanks to help from one of the ball kids. Short lob, no trouble for Dabrowski. Again, breakers need to get a hold in this service game to send us to a tie break. If the Freedoms get the service break, they take the set 5-3.
What you have to be really careful right now is going to Dabrowski's backhand side. We've seen a bunch of big shots so far from that wing. Maybe a body forehand. Get her out of that backhand situation. That's exactly what Coach Rick Leach wanted. Doesn't have to be an ace. Doesn't have to be an overwhelming serve. It just has to be effective. Only 88 miles an hour, but it forces Dabrowski to hit her secondary shot, not her primary weapon. Look at Dabrowski just all over the net, looking, anticipating, fast, strong, confident.
Well, that let serve in play, and Philly able to get the put away.
Look at where she's watching. Dabrowski right there at the net and ready for the reply.
And de Montmanair responding immediately with a volley winner of his own.
And now it's up to Philadelphia to counter that. If you're going to serve Dabrowski's forehand, what you want is Dabrowski to go down the line. It's going to be wide open instead of going inside out. Go inside in.
Couple of nice points from the breakers. And they are a point away from sending us to a tiebreak. Dabrowski wishing she may have had another crack at that.
She wants that full backhand desperately. Now we're going to a tiebreaker.
First to 5 in the tiebreak takes the opening set. So the way this was played, kind of fitting it would go to this tiebreaker. Both teams playing quality mixed doubles to begin the night. Right in the wheelhouse of the Canadian.
See right away, both women being engaged with the touch, the power, the agility. Watch this now. There's net cords, there's reflex volleys. This is a difficult shot for both players. It's the difference. It's these little nuances. When the point breaks down, are you ready to shift? Look at that shift right there, covering the right shot.
Martin on his horse trying to get over. Couldn't send it across the net. And the breakers on the board. Again, each player with 2 serves. Martin had his 2. De Molinare his next. The lone exception there, Klepac, if we get deep in this tiebreak, would have the final 3 serves.
Now working over the forehand again. If you're Dabrowski, you go down the line with this.
She did, and it worked.
With the backhand, it's very interesting when you're down that you're going to her best shot. Force your opponent to come up with big shots on their secondary shot, not their primary weapon.
So a mini break here for Philadelphia in the tiebreak. Chance for Dabrowski to serve this out with her 2 serves coming up for Philly. Freedom 6-1, sole possession of first place in World Team Tennis.
How about the answer from the breakers?
Molinare enjoying that. They've stolen that point back. Chance to claw all the way back in.
You have to watch for Martin right on the other side. For Philadelphia, he's going to be the poacher. Handcuffed right there.
Popped out of the I formation and realized the bullet was right at him. Can't handle it. Now the breakers with Klepac have the final 3 serves here in the tiebreak if needed, and the chance to finish the deal.
Remember we talked about Klepac was going to be the key component if you're going to win or lose this for the breakers. She's come up big late in this tiebreaker. Can she serve this out?
That's one. Set point here, Orange County.
I'm surprised they're not taking a Geico timeout if you're Philadelphia, just to break up the momentum. Beautiful.
And that'll do it.
Beautiful tennis.
De Molinare splits the freedoms, and the breakers, who won here a week ago, start strong tonight. Little celebration body bump there for the winning duo. Orange County takes the lead against first place Philadelphia 5-4 in mixed doubles. Well, Rick Leach's team enjoying a strong start. We'll see how the night rolls on. Women's singles coming up, and the unbeaten performer for Philadelphia, Taylor Townsend, ready to go against Yanina Wickmeyer. That's on the way when we resume in a moment from Philadelphia. And Mackenzie McDonald is on the scene, ready to go for the Breakers. More on that development coming up.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the...
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
Here in Philadelphia, first place Philadelphia Freedoms trailing after one set of tennis. Orange County Breakers take mixed doubles 5-4. Women's singles ready to roll. So Taylor Townsend in the red on the right bottom of your screen, warming up alongside Yanina Wickmeyer. Taylor Townsend, if they held an MVP vote right now, Luke, she probably would win at the midway point of the season, not only for her work in singles, where she's won all 6 sets she's played, but also been a part of a lot of winning lineups in mixed and women's doubles as well. Just women's singles for her tonight, but she's been oh so tough to beat.
Well, historically, the teams that win the King Trophy have strong WTA talent that can play doubles, that can hybrid into singles. Remember, this is a doubles discipline. 3 of the 5 sets are doubles. So if you can have that dynamic Navratilova, Martina Hingis, Taylor Townsend, who can bring home games, sets, and then carry that momentum into your crowd, into your team, that is the difference maker.
Now Townsend will be taking on quality veteran from the WTA Tour, 28-year-old Wickmeyer from Belgium. She was the female rookie of the year last year in World Team Tennis. And she's won 5 singles, 2 doubles crowns overall on the WTA Tour. Former top 15 ranked player in the world, made the U.S. Open semifinals back in 2009. And she and Taylor know each other pretty well. They actually won a lower level event doubles title together as partners, so no secrets from players here when they go toe-to-toe here in women's singles.
The key here is who's going to hold serve, who's going to serve effectively that sets up their second shot. Taylor likes running around her backhand, ripping forehands. Wickmeyer just likes to bludgeon the ball. Forehand, backhand serve. She doesn't come off her fastball at all. She is throwing the heat.
And you look at last night, Taylor Townsend. Actually, that's Wickmeyer's serve placement from last week. We'll see how she goes about her business. Last week, it was Wickmeyer against Sloane Stephens, the reigning U.S. Open champion, won for Philadelphia 5-3. Opening night, Townsend beat Nicole Gibbs playing singles for Orange County. So, first time these two have met in singles in World Team Tennis this season.
And there's a good point that we're going to see throughout this set. Can Wickmeyer's pace and depth of shot overwhelm Taylor Townsend? Can Taylor's ability to hit the forehand away from Wickmeyer make her run, put her on the defensive? It's who's going to take control of that first strike offense. Control the point. Oh, high marks for all players here. I mean, defense, offense. No one's making errors. These are just quality shots. Let's go back to the mixed doubles.
That last shot in. Again, Hawkeye Live giving you some of the closer calls. Had a service hold at love for Wickmeyer. One of the ways Taylor Townsend has been dominant, Luke, this year with a singles record of 30-11 is break points. In 41 games played, she's had 34 of them, pressurizing opposing servers all the time. But Wickmeyer, no pressure there. She had Townsend all over the place there on the run.
The one weapon a lot of players talk about that Taylor Townsend possesses, they respect about Townsend, is that she is such a gamer. I mean, you can talk about her talent with her forehand, backhand, and serve, but she has a nose for the pressure. She just enjoys the atmosphere when it comes down to a single point.
Tried the drop shot to open. That didn't work, but equalizes quickly. 22-year-old playing a 5th season of World Team Tennis. You'll see from Taylor Townsend variety of serves, location and pace and spin. Wickmeyer on the roll with a beauty.
One of the few mental lapses from Taylor Townsend. She hits the nice open court volley, but doesn't put enough juice behind it, and then she doesn't cover the line.
Look at Wickmeyer's return placement in that match a week ago against Sloane Stephens. Well, you could put another ball down in the lower left corner for that beauty there this time against Townsend.
And some of those graphics aren't relevant here because Taylor's a lefty, Sloane Stephens a righty. It's a different type of return. The way you set up, the way you target, you want to stay away from the forehand of Taylor Townsend, and that'd be normally the weaker side of Sloane Stephens.
That forehand of Taylor Townsend is so effective, helping finish off that point.
Ball has a lot of movement here. She has to go back. That ball goes up, but she had to do a lot of running up and back. The agility, just for both women, outstanding. Love that serve and volley. It just keeps the returner guessing. What is the server going to do? Because a different type of return. You're playing a serve and volley, you want to get the ball return low, make them volley up. They're staying back. You don't want to get it low because that's short. You want to drive it deep. Taylor's honestly high tennis IQ. She's always problem solving out there, creating opportunities for herself.
Former #1 ranked junior in the world, knocking on the door of the top 60 in the WTA rankings currently. So much attention to that forehand. Don't sleep on the backhand.
Well, you can see right, it almost looks a little bit like another lefty, Rafael Nadal. See how just puts all that racket at speed into the ball and rips it. Wickmeyer, your classic big hitter off the serve, setting up the second shot, driving it deep into the corner.
Wickmeyer finding a little extra in reserve and able to pump home the point.
Big serve, 111 miles an hour, going out wide, creating that wind. And Taylor Townsend maybe throwing some slices, try to disrupt the rhythm, the timing of your opponent. Easier said than done when those big serves are flying your way.
Wickmeyer looking impressive. 7-5 overall, the lead for Orange County. Townsend with her second service game to come. .30 games for Taylor Townsend, best among all women's singles players this season in World Team Tennis.
You're watching these exchanges, watch for the depth of shot, mainly from Taylor Townsend. If she's landing the ball short, it seems like Wickmeyer's taking advantage, but it's these kind of points where she's able to get the ball deep here. Look at this. Challenges Wickmeyer to move her feet a little bit quicker. Love that serve, that lefty kick out wide. As long as it gets a lot of bite on it, it's very hard for the righty with that forehand to get on top of it if you're not moving.
Big kicker on the second serve, a key. Townsend a point away from 2-all. Wickmeyer hanging in the game for the moment. Taylor Townsend ready to serve one more time. See upper right corner of your screen. Freedom's owner, co-league founder Billie Jean King, watching one of her top performers deliver a service hold. 2-2 in the set. Orange County, though, on top 7-6 in the overall match. Freedoms and breakers continue. World Team Tennis action presented by Geico coming up from Philly.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Oh!
Geico, more than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay!
Give me a racket.
And watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
2-all here in women's singles after the Orange County Breakers took mixed doubles 5-4 to start off the night in World Team Tennis. Greg Carden, Freedom's there, bench area, watching the opposition serve. Wickmeyer against Townsend.
And there's that underspin we talked about earlier in the set, just disrupting a little bit. Even though it's a little short, it forces Wickmeyer to come up and stay low. Wickmeyer's a tall athlete, so it's very important when you play those tall athletes, get them down low. Wickmeyer goes right back to feeding off that pace. Wickmeyer just throwing herself into every shot, forehand or backhand. Clearly, you see she's moving back into position. Lower part of your screen, look how she just throws herself into that last shot. Every ounce of her power goes into that swing.
And what a break, Wickmeyer, the let's in play. And that one just popped over, and Townsend had no crack to scamper up to get there.
Interesting situation right now. 2-all. You're Taylor Townsend. You use the hometown crowd. You get the noise going. And this is where she plays her best statistically throughout the season. This is where she strikes.
That one just stroked a little long. Wickmeyer now with a chance to survive and push ahead.
Beautiful. A little off balance and just kind of lifts it into that corner at the right time. And it's Townsend time right now. I mean, this is where she's shined throughout this season.
Both of these players have been terrific on 3 all points throughout the year, both well above 50%. But only one can take it this time, and it's Wickmeyer again. 3-2 advantage, 8-6 Orange County. She knows who's leading the single standings, Luke, and all the players, bonuses available at the end of the year. So she knows this is a marquee matchup tonight, and she is really performing at a high level here against Townsend.
I think the biggest thing is that Newport understands that they have got to, Orange County has got to win here. I mean, this is, you know, you're starting to get to the halfway point in the season. You want to start making your move.
Shanked forehand there from Townsend. Wickmeyer and Orange County, you look and you mentioned that, defending champs from a year ago. Last 2 matches, a chance to put them away. Home and home series with San Diego. Lost the first one by 2 and the second one in a super tiebreak.
Holy cow, she almost pulled that off. Taylor Townsend was just knifing that volley to the open court. Earlier in the match, Wickmeyer went with a down-the-line pass, and you see Taylor Townsend, you know, wisely covering that line, forcing your opponent to go to the other way.
Taylor Townsend has been the one who's really put her opponents up against the wall in a bunch of spots so far this year in women's singles. Now Wickmeyer is returning the favor in a couple of games tonight.
Both players using their first serve to get themselves out of trouble. Wickmeyer in the previous game. Townsend here with a nice left-handed serve down the tee.
Game point. Another big kicker serve worked. Last point. Wickmeyer couldn't handle that one either. 3-all. Townsend seems like she's got a whole pocket full of different angles and spins on these serves.
Honestly, a Swiss Army knife of options, and Townsend will use them. The thing is, when you hit that kicker, you're trying to draw, you're trying to make your opponent climb the ladder to go get it. Wickmeyer's so tall that sometimes that ball can sit right there, so you have to put a little extra giddy up and go on that kick, and you snap your wrist to get that action. Scores again with the slice return.
And did that off a let serve.
Does Townsend pick up on that and draw Wickmeyer a little bit into that, look, that front court? Notice Wickmeyer trying to set up and doesn't catch up with the underspin.
Wickmeyer sending Townsend side to side, able to deliver a key point.
And it got a little dicey. Wickmeyer, even though she has the size and athleticism to come to the front court, look at little shaky with that backhand volley. Just kind of like a push, but does just enough.
A couple of those have gone the way of Wickmeyer. Talk about scoring your first serve points. She's 12 of 15 tonight, and the apology to the other end doesn't make you feel better when you're over there.
It's a little greasy. You're never sorry.
3-1. That one more traditional serve and score. And it's 3-1 Wickmeyer.
That's a nice return. Forehand side. Whenever you're going to that Townsend forehand, dangerous waters over there. She can pull it like she did there. She can go inside out, put a lot of spin on it for angles, and now we're in a delicate situation for the breakers.
Now another 3-all point. Townsend fighting back in. Winner takes the game, and potentially the winner of this could take the set with this break opportunity.
Receiver's choice of side. Coach Craig Carden for the Freedoms wants Townsend to take it on the deuce side. Very interesting. That opens Townsend up to the backhand, the wide serve from Wickmeyer.
And it's Townsend who saves the final 3 points for herself in the game, gets the break, and has the chance to serve for her 7th straight women's singles victory this season in World Team Tennis.
Doesn't get up here in enough time. Notice it got off to a late start. The ball got up, and again, kind of pushed it because of pressure. The pressure in this format, because it goes so fast, you've got to be so spot on with your timing, your footwork. You contact the ball. She wants to challenge, and that's no challenge.
Hawkeye Live with the call. Yet it finds a piece. Yet everybody's still here a week and a half into the season, getting used to having no linespersons on the scene. Townsend almost found the outside of the line on the tee with his serve.
Boy, is she finding her spot.
You talked about her relishing this environment. Crowd got invested when she got a point there, made it 3-2 in the last game, and she's rolled since.
Oh, smart call. Coach Rick Leach for the Breakers calling this pivotal timeout just to regroup. Townsend just going solo. Staying with the momentum, not trying to get over Coach Craig Carden on that side. And there's Rick Leach. I mean, really, the brain trust.
So the Geico timeout, coach doesn't even get off the bench. Andre Klepacz, women's doubles partner, just came out, gave her a water and a smile, basically just to try to shut down the momentum of Townsend, who's won 5 points in a row. And now Wickmeyer long, Townsend on the brink. The drop doesn't work. Taylor Townsend gets pushed tonight by Yanina Wickmeyer, but still prevails, still unbeaten in women's singles in 2018 in World Team Tennis. 7 sets, 7 W's next to the Townsend name. Sensational work for the ace lefty for the Philadelphia Freedoms, and with that 5-3 women's singles win, the Freedoms jump back on top in the overall match, 9-8. Men's doubles up next. World Team Tennis presented by Geico here from Philadelphia.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
Incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Fun stuff so far here from the home of the Philadelphia Freedoms. Home team back on top, 9-8 against the Orange County Breakers. We talked about trying to get here for the opposition. Kevin King on the court. Fabrice Martin as well for the Orange County team. Mackenzie McDonald in transit. He's in the house. Guy that made the 4th round at Wimbledon. Set to see him in men's singles coming up later on. Marcelo de Molinare, his doubles partner, ready to go. But we'll see what transpires here. On the lineup cards, they have to fill out about an hour before the match. Rick Leach not sure if McDonald would get here, so he had himself ready to go. The 53-year-old winner of 5 Grand Slam doubles titles, but McDonald's here, so he and de Molinare are ready to go against Kevin King and Fabrice Martin. So, crisis averted. First serve for the Freedoms.
Already an entertaining point. Angles, power. It's so exciting to see explosive doubles, both from the ATP players and the WTA players. And look at this dynamic points. You got to stretch, you got to look for the opening.
So McDonald landed about 6:15 at the Philadelphia airport, got into the building about a half hour ago.
And if you've ever been to Philadelphia in rush hour traffic, like, it's better to take a drone.
Backhand winner from Kevin King. Kim McDonald serving as a fill-in tonight. So just got the white shirt on. And the question for you, Luke, he had about 5 minutes of warm-up after Townsend's singles win. You ever walk off a plane cold and play?
Have I done it through?
Yeah.
Through that I'd have to, you know, I'm old, so I don't remember a lot of the things. I always felt I was always cold the way I got off the slow starts. But I honestly think the biggest thing is he understands the team concept. He played in college. He's used to this kind of atmosphere. He's going to absorb it, going to enjoy it. And he's such a small, quick athlete.
Played well in college. Hack that wide. NCAA singles and doubles champion at UCLA in 2016. And left school after that to start his pro career. Second round down under at Australia this year. And of course the big breakthrough 4th round in singles at Wimbledon. Martin and King have been quality as a tandem. Last night they had a big 5-0 rout of Springfield that completely changed the tenor of the night as Philadelphia went on to win 23-12 over the Lasers. Martin had a couple of whacks at it. Finally, de Molinare tried to send the racket skyward because he was not getting the last one. Crowd enjoying that. Freedoms take the opening game, King and Martin. Molinare part of a mixed doubles win to start the night 5-4. His first service game in men's doubles. So when you've got a partner you pick up, de Molinare's warm up, McDonald's just shown up. Assume the Brazilian would be taking the lead here.
Communication is always going to be mission critical. New partners, old partners, if you're siblings, your ability to communicate. Rick Leach, who really, you know, was mentored by his dad, was our college coach, Dick Leach, was always mission critical, talking to your partner, setting up the play. You can't win in this doubles discipline if you are playing as individuals.
Add into the equation for Mackenzie McDonald that he's never played World Team Tennis before, so he hit the ground running literally off the plane, jumping into this furious action. De Molinare carrying the load here on his opening service game. King tried the cross-court touch volley, not there. So the breakers get the hold.
Well, that was McDonald in a quick feed and anticipation. King wanted to go short cross-court. McDonald was there anticipating it.
So, welcome to the team. McDonald helping the Breakers to a game victory. Kevin King's helped Philadelphia to a bunch of victories this season. Been their singles player every match. And part of some key doubles wins. 27-year-old from Peachtree City, Florida.
Georgia.
And Georgia Tech for his college tennis.
See right there, he's been doing so well this season. Just it starts with his serve. When you look at King's serve, it's left-handed. It's got that little sidewinder. It bends a little bit, tails off. Extremely athletic. That was a good 1-2 punch combination. Serving out wide for a lefty is just bread and butter fundamentals. Look at the action here. He gets in tight, but this is a tricky overhead. Gets around it.
Super kicker serve effort from Kevin King. Ian Martin played DeMolinaire and Evan King a week ago in the matchup between these two teams right here at Hagan Arena. And the Breakers pair that night won convincingly 5-1. Philly, though, has already won more games in this matchup than they did in that one a week ago, as they get their second game victory. 2-1, 11-9 in the overall match. And here's Mackenzie McDonald ready to serve for the first time.
If there is going to be a little jet lag of all of this, it will be in this moment right here. His game is about returning, retrieving, looking to take opportunities. He's not a flamethrower. He has to work into the points. So it's going to be interesting how he opens up here. See the timing just a little off.
If you have an abbreviated warm-up, what would you be focusing on coming in? Just a little bit of everything to get ready?
Footwork. You've got to make sure your feet are moving, because if you're in position, you're going to hit well. And then not trying to, play real solid at first. Don't try for anything crazy. I mean, he's just honestly getting off the plane. The decision was pretzels or peanuts. So now he's got to figure, do I go down the line? Do I go wide with the serve? High percentage of first serves. Get into the fundamentals of what you're trying to do. Work your way into this. And then allow your net player to do stuff like that. Poach, move, cross, look for anything wounded up there. And again, you see these huddles. All McDonald is telling his partner, this is where I'm going to serve, and this is what I want you to do up there.
By the way, Luke Jensen, pretzels or peanuts?
Pretzels, man, to be perfectly honest.
That's the right answer here in Philadelphia. Soft pretzel capital of the world. Hard pretzels too. 3-1 here to Molinaire. McDonald against King Martin in this game.
See, again, only 102 miles an hour, but it's in the forehand body, produces the point you wanted. And you've got your teeth, you're maybe feeling a little bit stronger. If you're McDonald.
It's already been a good day for Mackenzie McDonald. Got some frequent flyer miles, and now his first ever game victory in World Team Tennis. On serve, 2-all, men's doubles here from Philly.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Last year's champs against this year's league leaders, Orange County, in a battle here with first place Philadelphia, 11-10 freedoms overall, 2-2 here in men's doubles. And McDonald will take that.
Well, that's where he is so devastating. His footwork, his ability to, with such great hands, get himself in good position to hit that winner. That probably caught just the back of the line. Stand corrected.
King a little off kilter, but still good enough for the put away.
Smart serve from Martin. Instead of going with the heater that's kind of sitting right into McDonald's wheelhouse, he goes with a 96-mile-an-hour kick serve and kind of throws the returner off balance.
Frenchman who's got 3 ATP doubles crowns to his credit, throwing smoke a lot of the night.
Well, that was an interesting shot selection. And he's going to set it up on a platter. There's a huge forehand cross court.
So McDonald, his last 2 swings have resulted in gorgeous winners. Keep up that trend, every player is going to want to just roll off the tarmac onto the court.
He's got a heat check right there on the forehand. He'd been doing so well this game with that. And that ball, even though it was fast at 116 miles an hour, it was kind of right where he wanted it.
Reese Martin, high as 33 in the men's doubles rankings 2 years ago. King able to put it in the right spot. 3-2 freedoms.
Got more frame than string on it, but it doesn't matter because he's so close to that. Watch King here at the front. He goes forward and then just tries to get that angle. Kind of a shank, but it all counts.
So the lefty-righty combo, King and Martin, ahead here of a pair of right-handers, DeMolinaire and McDonald.
That serve got a little loose. Missed it by a good 15 feet.
Was going to ask you about his service motion. He's got that nice whip action. And then that one got away. But we have seen him be ultra effective with that part of his game. Man from Brazil who says the hard courts are his favorite. Idols growing up, Pete Sampras. and also Guga, as you might expect for a Brazilian, Gustavo Kirt. King wasting that opportunity at the net. Molinare cruising on his serve, point away for making it 3-all. Breakers hanging right there. Again, sub 500 on the season, but certainly not playing like it here. Haven't played like that against Philadelphia in both meetings here at Hagan Arena. They won the last one a week ago, and they're nipping on the heels of the Freedoms this time.
These sets have been so close. 1 point here, 1 swing here, 1 tactical move. We're playing like 5-layer chess here in this doubles because there's so much action going on. I'll tell you, they're really testing Martin there. I mean, you can see right away putting a lot of heat on that guy's racket, and he responds. Just tactically, you've got to play with so many different variety of shots and tactics, whether it's the power and the angle. You have to find out who's the pigeon on the other side, who's going to cough up the air, who's getting tight under pressure. And you see this situation kind of developing as we go along in this set. It's going to, you know, the guy who gets off the plane is going to be the guy who decides who's going to win or lose this, and that's McDonald. New to this format, even though he's been a great team player for the Bruins. And really one of these American upstarts here in 2018.
Talk more about it when we see him to close the night in singles, but with that win and wins, I should say, through to the 4th round of Wimbledon, lifted his ranking to a career best 77 in the world. When you crack the top 100 for the first time, so many good things happen.
Well, now your main draw is slams, and that means the US Open, that means the Australian Open. That's where the ATM gets a little bit better and sweeter. You get to put those bigger checks into that bank account. Gives you some freedom that you don't have to go through the qualies. You'll get into some US Open Series events, maybe through some wild cards. And there was an example where he just kind of held the line, got his racket on the ball, kept the point alive, and good things happened for the Breakers. Good, it's a great point. There's an example where just the Breakers just kind of hanging in there, shifting, moving, defending.
2-2, this was the spot in women's singles where the break occurred. It was Taylor Townsend of the Freedoms that cracked Wickmeyer of the Breakers. Big stuff there for Philly. And they're a point away from getting the hold and pushing themselves in position to do no worse than a tiebreak in the set. Games matter in the overall landscape of the evening. King trying to put the finishing touches on this service outing.
And Martin almost pulled a rabbit out of his head on that one. But okay, this is going to be interesting. And Coach Rick Leach is going to get out and have a Geico timeout because of this very important point in the men's doubles. And all you're deciding, if you're honestly Rick Leach, okay, you want McDonald to take it, you want the ball in his racket, but where do you take away? Do you think King is going to go to your backhand and use that lefty kind of swing serve? Do you play both back? What is going to be the determining factor?
We've had 4 3-all points so far tonight. Philly has taken 3 of those first 4. Maybe the most pivotal of the evening right now here in the middle of the 3rd set of tennis with 2 to come.
Martin goes to the hybrid eye. Watch him up at the net. He's going to play off a king serve because he's going to break left or right.
Went right and got it right. Philly holds.
And everything just has to work out. From the serve, 119 miles an hour. It has to break enough away from McDonald. See, McDonald has to stretch, doesn't get enough meat on that potato, and then all of a sudden Martin sweeps in for the win.
Just the way they would have drawn it up. Taylor Townsend in a cheerleading role the rest of the evening. Able to celebrate that latest game victory, 13-11 Philly. McDonald now trying to stay in the set. A flurry of net court activity in this matchup. That one falling on the other side. Kevin King like, dang, almost went over.
And if you're watching at home, whether you're a junior player, a collegiate player, even the pros and the club player, look how active the net player is. Instead of being the Statue of Liberty play, you're looking to get involved. You're looking to have an impact.
McDonald serving in this game like he has a plane to catch. 3 quick points. Again, if you're just joining us, landed in Philadelphia. He's been here about 2 hours or so.
The meter's running.
And now he's jumped right into a big-time showdown at World Team Tennis. 4-4 the score, and now he'll get his first ever taste of a World Team Tennis tiebreak here at the end of the set with it at 4-4. First to 5 wins the breaker and the set.
So his teammates and his coach, Rick Leach, are going to have to really navigate him through this tiebreaker. I mean, he's probably never played a 9-point tiebreaker before. So it's just a little different, a little quicker. A lot of pressure here. Serve's going to the backhand, and then King will break to the right, his right. Yeah, that was a planned cross. That's great communication. And every swing, every move matters here. So you're not going to the first to 7 or the first to 10 like some of the other tiebreakers. This is the first to 5 to win by 1. And you think about this tiebreaker. Philly's going to go up by 2 games or will be dead even if they lose it.
Freedoms will spend a Geico timeout. Craig Carden wants to discuss some things with his team.
How interesting is it? Martin called that. Usually the coaches call it.
Again, it is Fabrice Martin that wanted to discuss things.
And all it is do we have the serve exactly where we want it? Do we want to go forehand, backhand, or body? And do we want King to break? That's why you just slow everything down, bring the coach out to the mound and kind of, okay, let's navigate this.
And that's a World Team Tennis veteran guy that's played a handful of years, understanding big moment here. So Carden, 10th season as coach of the Freedoms over a pair of stints. Former player on the ATP Tour in the mid-1980s.
Boy, King likes that backhand cross court. He just kind of flicks it. But again, that stuff matters. Those huddles, that extra, that coaching, just to set up the point you want. Now the pressure goes right to the breakers now. And I wonder if they're going to try to exploit McDonald at the net, the rookie, the new guy, the man off the plane.
That's just wide.
McDonald doesn't do anything at the net. He kind of deer in headlights it, and all of a sudden, big lead for Philadelphia.
Mini break there for Philly. After stealing that point on de Molinaire's serve, he'll have another one coming.
Again, no move for McDonald. Just kind of sits there, doesn't get involved like we've seen from the other three competitors. And now big trouble for the Breakers.
Philly dominating the tie break, a point away from claiming the set.
But this is really the first time it looked like McDonald's kind of exposed from the travel, exposed from not knowing this format and not playing a lot of doubles, even though he's an NC2A singles and doubles champion.
Again, did his job throughout regulation, if you will, here in the set. Dominated, winning every point on his first serve of those that were in play. Right now, he and his partner de Molinaire need to rattle off 5 straight to take the set. Philly only needs 1 more to put it away. King thought he maybe had it with the ace.
Okay, the turn right now is going down the line.
McDonald misses, and Philly flies on, holding on to the overall lead. 5-4, the final in men's doubles for Fabrice Martin and Kevin King. And Philly extends its overall lead to 2 at 14-12. 3 good sets of tennis so far, 2 decided via the tiebreaker. 2 more sets to go. Women's doubles and men's singles, both ahead here on World Team Tennis presented by Geico.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the
WTT.tv is brought to you by Citi. Welcome What's Next.
Back at halftime here in Philadelphia, or the mid-match break, if you will. Freedom's on top of the Breakers, 14-12 at this point. Of course, both of these teams hope to be in the mix for the King Trophy that goes to the overall World Team Tennis champion at the end of the season. Also players on each of these teams competing to win the Forever Mark Most Valuable Player Awards to be decided at the end of the season as well. Take a look at the special honor for the best male and female players in World Team Tennis in 2018.
Players from 14 countries across 6 different teams, 43 matches over 3 weeks. Who will make their mark in the race for the championship and the coveted King Trophy? This year's most valuable players, 1 male, 1 female. The Forever Mark MVP Awards unfold during the World Team Tennis Finals.
Competitive tennis so far, 5-4, 5-3, 5-4 the scores. Right now here in Hagen Arena, Billie Jean King, Philadelphia Freedom's owner, co-founder of World Team Tennis, presenting to Don DeJulia, the recently retired Director of Athletics for St. Joseph University, with the Billie Jean King Freedom Award, which recognizes those who promote equality, inclusion, making a difference in the lives of others. Don, 35 years as the athletic director here at St. Joseph's, exemplifying high standards of this award. So many varsity programs extended, this beautiful Hagen Arena expanded, modernized for competition for a lot of their athletic programs throughout the Atlantic 10 Conference, but really at the center of his efforts, the enhancement of the student-athlete experience in a variety of programming built around developing everyday champions. And for Billie Jean King, certainly who's championed so many great things throughout her career and her life, it's got to be an honor for Don to receive that award from her.
Absolutely. I mean, two legends in the Philadelphia area. If Billie Jean played for the Freedoms back in the day, this has always been her team. Elton John wrote a song about this team and this city, the city of champions.
Yeah, certainly nice honor for Don DeJulia. Billie Jean King certainly on the move as always here with her team. Not only looking good tonight, looking good overall on the season in first place. More to come from Philadelphia. Freedoms up 2 here on the breakers with women's doubles on deck.
I am here with Naomi Brody, who's playing for the San Diego Aviators in World Team Tennis. Naomi, we're going to do a challenge today.
Okay.
We're going to have 13 questions like the super tiebreaker in World Team Tennis when it gets tied, all right?
Okay.
You are going to be hula hooping. We're going to start the clock. Ready? Here we go. Are you an early riser or a late sleeper?
Late sleeper.
List 3 Disney characters.
Moana, Nemo, Bambi.
Very good. How do you like your state coats?
Rare.
So spell your name backwards for me.
I-M-O-A-N.
What's your ideal temperature outside?
Warm, not hot.
Fill in the blank. The Kardashians are blank.
A family.
The last movie you watched was what?
I have no idea. On the plane. I watched something on the plane.
Any movie, last movie.
I don't know.
It's all right, it's all right. Say good day, mate, in an Aussie accent.
Good day, mate.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how loud are you?
On World Team Tennis, I'm very loud.
Okay, yay or nay to mustache?
Nay.
What rhymes with volley?
Wally. That's an English word.
Which country are you yet to visit but you want to see?
Greece.
Name a word that starts with U.
Umbrella.
Awesome.
I'm still going.
Very good. Ready for the second challenge. Any pin that you knock down is going to be 1 second off of your time. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see it, Naomi. 4.
I think that's good.
That's really good.
I'm pumped with that.
Awesome. All right, Naomi, your time is?
Got it. I'm the winner. Do I get a prize?
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
First place, Philadelphia in front here. Orange County. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. Save Ferris. Ferris Bueller may not be here, but a lot of quality tennis players are. Jason App, Luke Jensen with you. This is what you would expect from two teams, one that won it all last year, Luke, another one that looks like it's going to be in line to win it this year, at least the way they've played so far. Another great night of World Team Tennis.
But we're at the point now in this match where the breakers have got to make a move. It doesn't seem like much, but as you go into that men's singles, that's going to be one tight set. So if you're the breakers, you better not lose this. I mean, if you lose, it better be in a breaker, because anything where it's 3 or more games, it's going to be really tough for a guy who just got off the plane to step up.
Yeah, we'll see Mackenzie McDonald and Kevin King to close the night in men's singles. Raquel Atau, 35-year-old veteran from California, playing here for the Freedom. She'll be matched up with Gabby Dabrowski. Last week, when these two teams met, it was Sloane Stevens and Taylor Townsend that beat the duo of Wickmeyer and Klepacz 5-2, but Dabrowski and Atau will get the call tonight, so they'll be paired together for the first time in women's doubles. And again, the veteran tandem for Orange County, big part of that title team from a year ago. You had the Rookie of the Year, female Rookie of the Year in Wickmeyer, and Klepacz was the Women's Player of the Year in World Team Tennis. Again, they've been pretty strong throughout the year. But this pair of Atau and Dabrowski certainly have some billing to live up to. Women's doubles, Philadelphia on the year with their combinations. 32 wins, that's the most of any team in women's doubles in the league. Taylor Townsend has been a part of most of those, but she'll sit with other players going tonight. And part of the reason, too, Philadelphia, rigorous schedule here, Luke. They played last night, playing again tonight. They play tomorrow here at noon. Then they get on a plane, fly to Chicago, and play there against Washington Friday night, and they're back against the Castles in D.C. Saturday night.
And my brother, who coaches the Castles, they've circled that thing as their move. They've got to make a move against this Philadelphia team, and it starts in Chicago.
Murphy Jensen and the Castles, one of the teams tied at the start of the night for second place. 5-2 records, along with San Diego behind 6-1 Philadelphia. So Wickmeyer, who looked strong for a good chunk of her outing against Taylor Townsend before being broken in the 7th game of the set. Townsend served it out to win 5-3.
Well, no problem for Philadelphia to get their teeth right into this set. And again, it's how they play off the returns, how they play off of their partner's shot.
And again, talking about doubles, Taylor Townsend's been so hot in World Team Tennis, but Raquel Atau, certainly her resume speaks for itself. 18 career WTA doubles crowns, including a win this year in Stuttgart. Into 3 Grand Slam semis as well in women's doubles. Let's serve, in play, and in. That's got to be so freaky for players that don't see it on tour to all of a sudden have that reflex try to kick in.
And as a coach, you're always reminding your player, just be aware of it. Tell your partner, be aware of it.
And for Dabrowski, last night her debut in 2018 at World Team Tennis. So still trying to get the brain to focus in on everything that's going on here in this action-packed format.
I like that she's on her toes. I like that little bounce in her step that just she wants to play fast, get up to that game speed. You don't want to be behind with your rhythm, your timing, your setup, the way you prepare for the shots.
3-all point. And Philadelphia has been superb in that category so far tonight. Can they take another one here?
Now, where does Wickmeyer go with this serve? The wide serve's kind of sitting there wide open, but Klepac, we're going to have to cover the line if that's the play. Dabrowski really blows it, goes back to the baseline player instead of going to the net player. Golden opportunity kind of evaporates.
Philly had won 4 of the first 5 3-all points in the match, and now the first one here in women's doubles goes to Orange County, which gets the service hold. Wickmeyer, Klepac on the board. Dabrowski ready to serve.
Remember, in those net court situations, your partner who's at the net can also take it. I was an advocate off the fly because I think you get more tags that way, more Jensen rules type, but you have to let it bounce. That's a big serve. Oh, Canadian with a nice motion. And that's why she's so effective in both the women's doubles and the mixed doubles, because you can't attack her off of this. She has a good bite on that ball, 111 miles an hour.
And an ace down the tee. 2 mixed doubles Grand Slams. That was the French last year, was the runner-up there again this year, and then also won the mixed down under in Australia, and won 3 women's doubles titles already this year: Brisbane, Doha, and Eastbourne. That's having a year so far, and you still got a good chunk of the year coming up. Maybe a little over-enthused on the overhead.
Oh, a little thirsty. But she comes right back.
Well,
with
that's
a rocket.
Yeah, that's a serve quencher right there. That'll quell that thirst when you can get yourself out of a jam with power action like that.
Look at the motion here. And again, not a lot of break on that ball, but it has so much pace at 116 miles an hour, it just gets through the court.
1-all. Klepac ready to go. And she and Demoulin right in it against Martin and Dabrowski and mixed. Before they fell in the tiebreak as Wickmeyer splits the freedoms for the opening point.
But that's a smart play at every level. When in doubt, go down the middle. It's the big part of the court. Forces the other side to cover other areas. There's a let.
2-0.
And Wickmeyer is such a force at that net once she's up there. We saw in the women's singles, she really struggled with the mid-court ball, that transition ball. But because she's such a long athlete, it's hard to get the ball away from her.
Klepac able to hook that in beautifully. And she's on her way to a service hold at love if this next point cooperates. Wonderfully played. Wickmeyer, lob winner. 2-1 Orange County in the set. Hawkeye Live has the call, and for a player now, right, the phrase is silence is golden. Again, no lines persons out there, no visuals other than if you hear nothing, that's a good thing.
And if you're Philadelphia, that's the point we want to see. Good solid serving, some good play from around the net, not afraid to get engaged. Now, if there's any weakness for Philadelphia, it would be this formation. It's only because the serve really isn't that big. Rarely do you get over 100 miles an hour. That last one, 85 miles an hour. So you got to really use your skill. Use your expertise to kind of think your way, manage your way into these service games.
A player that's been a pro since 2004, Calatau, 6th season of World Team Tennis, been to the WTA finals and doubles a couple of times. Geico timeout, and it's Taylor Townsend will come out to just throw in her thoughts, some words of encouragement, towel and a drink if necessary.
It's really, and Townsend again is an extension of the coaching staff. She drives this, she's the spiritual drive of this, gets the fans going, gets the team going.
Bit of miscommunication, but well-placed ball, too, from the Freedoms made it impossible there for the Breakers to respond.
That is a monster combination, serve and overhead.
2-2 here in women's doubles. Finishing point there for the Freedoms in this latest service effort. A towel, the service, and the big-time swat from Dabrowski. Even Steven in the set. Philadelphia still up 2 as we roll on here. World Team Tennis presented by Geico.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn medicine.
2-point lead for the Freedoms overall. 2-2 here in this set. And the serve comes around to Anita Wickmeyer of Orange County.
That overhead, I mean, it just throw it up and it's like the Death Star. It's like, it's over. You just don't want to get in the way, you'll get smoked. And just so much pressure now on Wickmeyer because there's just so much firepower coming from the rackets of Philadelphia, more specifically Canadian Dabrowski. Serving the overheads, the big ground strokes and returns, and then all the athleticism around the net.
0-2 hole here for Orange County.
There it is. Dabrowski, you can see why. She is one of the best doubles players in the world and translate into the mixed doubles game because she not only just holds her side, she can dominate the entire court. Look at this move. Wait, and then cover the middle. Take it away.
Wickmeyer took a little something off that serve. Paid the price as Philly powered it. Breakers do get on the board in the game, but still a couple of break chances here for Philly.
And at this point, if you're the Breakers, you want to keep the ball away from Dabrowski. If you get in a situation where she's at the net, just go over the top. She's climbing all over that net. She's locking herself around that net strap. So the best thing you could do is neutralize that by going over the top. One of the few errors from her racket this set. Goes for the right shot. Her opponent's deep in that corner just for a little drop volley.
And now Wickmeyer and Klepach have come all the way back in the game to send it to a 3-all point.
We've talked about the big returns, but mainly on the backhand side. Dabrowski just takes a bite out of crime right there and destroys the ball. Look how low she gets on this and just stays with the pitch, stays with the ball. And one of the things is she knows they're afraid of her backhand. We've seen it throughout this match, and she sits on it.
Inside out rocket leads to the break. Now the Canadian will serve.
And it just seemed right from the first point, it was Philadelphia's set. They're just more bounce in their step, more communication, more engagement. They have the home court advantage. They have the fans behind them. They have a 2-game lead running into this set.
And in this format, this year, Philadelphia just has excelled in 3-all points. 5 of 7 now on the night. That's 70% in those 3-all points, and now over 60% success rate in that situation on the season. In this format, you've got to cash in, and Philly has done it time and time again.
And their net play has been outstanding. Look at this. Right on top of it, and there's no one covering the middle. Wickmeyer is just out there grabbing a hamburger instead of or cheesesteak, excuse me. Here in Philadelphia, you've got to shift with the pitch. If you're going to talk about the soft pretzels, you got to talk about the cheesesteak.
Absolutely. We may throw in some tasty cakes too. They may for the freedoms here if Tao and Dabrowski continue to consolidate that break, and they will. Game away now from winning another set here for Philadelphia. Now the lead stretched even further, 18-14 overall. Philadelphia doing what it's done throughout the season, build a lead and then hand it to Kevin King in men's singles, and he's more often than not been able to close the deal.
Boy, if I'm Rick Leach, I call a Geico timeout, because this game, you can lose the set, but you have got to somehow squeeze out this game for your side. Dabrowski has just been just too much of a monster on the return side, the serve side. So positive with her team.
And you called it. Rick Leach has seen enough, calling that Geico timeout. Try to slow things down as this team is 2 points away from losing in the set and falling a game further behind in the overall. Break here for Philly, and the set is through.
And Rick Leach is going to be very specific what he wants to see from his team, where the serve needs to go. If there's going to be a cross, they're going that normal staggered formation. Instead of maybe try an I, go for maybe an Aussie formation. Do something different to throw off the other side. Disrupt their rhythm and timing right now. Oh, and Philadelphia has hitting everything right.
Philly flying here at home. Craig Carden up with fist pumps galore, along with the rest of the bench. this Philadelphia team, leading the league in the standings, leading the league in bench celebrations too. Taylor Townsend, when she's not destroying folks in women's singles and other venues, is up there towel waving galore. 19-14 overall as Philly makes it 3 straight set victories. Men's singles to come. Mackenzie McDonald against Kevin King to close the night coming up.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Ready to close the night here. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. Men's singles coming up, and the guy in the warm-up over there is Chris Seitz. Mackenzie McDonald there in the white shirt got here after his travel issues to serve as an injury fill-in tonight. But if he hadn't gotten here, Chris Seitz was suited up, ready to go. He played college tennis down the road at Villanova. He works for a manufacturing company. He was in his office today in the middle of the afternoon when the phone rings, and it's his old college tennis coach from Villanova saying, "Hey, what are you doing later? I have a unique opportunity for you." They called Seitz, brought him over. He got to warm up before the match, was an emergency option here for Orange County, but McDonald made it, so Seitz been able to sit there on the bench the entire night, kind of soak it up from the best seats in the house. Got to hit before with Rick Leach, DeMolinaire, and Wickmeyer, former top 15 ranked player in the world. That's a cool night for a tennis player.
Completely out of nowhere to come out and have this unbelievable opportunity. Great school in Villanova. They have an unbelievable tennis program there.
But McDonald made it, and he's ready to go here against Kevin King. You talked about it. He had flashes of strong play in that doubles matchup where they lost in the tiebreak, he and DeMolinari against Martin and King, but now he'll be locked in against Kevin King, a lefty who's been really solid for Philadelphia this year. Lefty, 27 years of age, from Peachtree City, Georgia, can sling it and has been very good at closing matches for Philadelphia. Another big serve. And is this where McDonald's going to have some issues, the reaction time without a full-fledged warm-up again on the court for a little while there in men's doubles?
And I think the deficit, too, has got to bother him because he's going, but how can I get my team to a victory? But I think Coach Rick Leach will just give him kind of the nuts and bolts how to do this. Even because he just has to concentrate on winning the set. Nothing happens unless he can win it by one game. A tiebreaker, it doesn't matter, but you got to win it to send it to extras.
And again, for him, I don't know the whole schedule at this point. Orange County plays tomorrow night in New York. He could be an option for them again. They have signed Darian King, the man from Barbados, plays on the ATP Tour. He'll fill in for 5 matches starting this weekend. So King gets the early hold, and McDonald working through here to pick up a point with his first service game. Again, 23-year-old from California, the Bay Area. Actually coached by Wayne Ferreira, a great former pro, NCAA singles champ. McDonald NCAA 2016 in singles and doubles. So he's got the game fresh off that run to the 4th round at Wimbledon. And you talked about his mobility, his movement. Roger Federer has kind of used this guy as a practice partner a bunch here as he's continued to grow on tour.
Boy, that's a good shot from King. He's got his opponent deep behind his baseline. And you go short with that little dropper.
Quality volley, Kevin King on the board in the game. And McDonald, we mentioned, cracking the top 100 in singles, up to 77 in the world. And one of the key wins for him at the All England Club, 5-setter, 11-9 in the 5th against Nicholas Jarry. That's over double the potential length of this one set here. And again, that was a 5-setter for him. Ended up falling to Milos Raonic in round number 4. But McDonald here, opening game of singles, squares up the score at 1 apiece.
And that's the kind of game he wants from the offensive end. You know, big serving sets up the rest of the point for him. And now the challenge for McDonald now is, can he solve this lefty serve? Can he solve this dynamic? Once he gets in the point, he has the advantage. He's the better kind of dynamic ground stroker. But it's the serve that is so explosive from King right now from Philadelphia. He's breaking it out wide. He's going with the power play down the tee.
And another ace here for Kevin King.
And it's a combination of pace, 110 miles an hour. It's not a flamethrower, but the placement does all the damage.
He's played in all 7 singles matches for Philly. Only had 3 aces coming in. He's thrown out a flurry of them here in his opening 2 service games.
That's what King has been doing the entire season, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's been really nice to see how he builds his points off of his offense.
Quality stuff from Kevin King. Talked with him last night, Luke, after his latest win, Philadelphia's latest win. I said, what's the biggest thing you've learned of playing this format as a World Team Tennis rookie? Did you see that 127-mile-per-hour serve? He said, having the game plan and sticking with it because of the quickness of the short sets and that ability. You got to go out, stick with it, and get after it.
And the consequences, if you have a bad set, can tank your team. And then that devastating set, that like a 5-0 or 5-1, if you lose 5-3, we saw that here. I mean, it just separates you from your opponent, and all of a sudden they can get on a roll.
Be aggressive, be decisive. It's been part of the reason King's been successful. And it hasn't hurt either, as McDonald uncorks a massive forehand that King's been, more often than not, handed a lead by the rest of the Philadelphia team a lot of nights to close the deal.
But I think he's been like a surprise, to be honest, in the lineup, but they definitely knew what they had in Taylor Townsend. They definitely knew what they had from other elements on the team. But to have him score as many victories as he had to, you know, maintain it, not kind of, look at what his results on the tour. He's playing better now than he does on the tour. I mean, the singles, the double, I mean, it's just been really explosive.
Qualified main draw of a major for the first time at the Australian. Hit his career high in singles in May at 162. Again, the guy at the opposite end of the court serving now, McDonald. He's bumped into the top 100 with that run at Wimbledon.
And I really think what has helped is having his teammates and Craig Carton, the coach specifically, who wants him to be aggressive. Like, listen, you're going to take cuts and miss like that last forehand. But play on your terms. Play fearless.
McDonald mashing a big serve and evens things up in the set, 2-2, but Philadelphia still with the solid cushion, 21-16. If Philly wins the set, it's over. If the Breakers win, they can head to extended play. We'll see how it shakes out when you come back to Philly in a moment.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Oh!
Geico, more than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay!
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
Fans here in Philadelphia, Hagan Arena, enjoying the World Team Tennis action, the first place tennis action for the Philadelphia Freedoms. 21-16 the lead on the Breakers. Mackenzie McDonald just holding here against Kevin King, but the Philly lefty rocketing another big serve. Craig Carton has said before this season, King really uses his leftiness very well. McDonald tried to settle in. Other thing I took away from chatting with Kevin King last night, Luke, right now when you're playing like this, he's just ultra confident right now.
Well, I mean, he's got the lead. He's got a really good float. I truly believe it's the level of commitment to his swings. He's not worried about missing. He's just worried about playing at this kind of game speed, this commitment to go for his swings.
And one would assume someone with a mechanical engineering degree at Georgia Tech would be pretty good at analyzing those swings. Right now, the analysis is this: Kevin King is continuing to make it more and more difficult for Orange County to come back. Another perfect service game. Coach Carden up. His team up. And they may be doing their celebration victory dance again here in short order. Hitting lines in the backhand.
Donald pressing a little bit there. Wrong shot. He has to really thread the needle down the line instead of the conservative shot cross court. King is putting a lot of pressure on the breakers right now.
Talk about Luke. John Isner with his run to the Wimbledon semifinals, highest ranking American man. Look at Sam Querrey, Taylor Fritz, Francis Tiafoe, Steve Johnson. There's a bunch of young American men starting to kind of make some noise, and now you've got like these guys working their way. Now you've got McDonald to the top 100. King, we'll see where he can take. Can he make a push towards that? We're starting to see some of these guys make some noise. And a double fault. Just the second of the entire night for all the players. McDonald, it comes in a inopportune spot as King now has a couple of break points here to put a hammerlock potentially on this match, as good as his serve has been. And Rick Leach realizing the moment. Quick Geico timeout to try to settle in his newest Orange County breaker.
Well, it's always tough for me because as fellow Trojans with Rick Leach, to talk to a Bruin, it's a tough mix right there. That's a tough one.
No sabotage here. They're on the same team in this one.
Are you ever really on the same team? He played with Jim Pugh and did extremely well in doubles, winning some Grand Slams. It just doesn't sit right. Talk to his dad, you know, our coach at college. It's a turf battle.
Well, the Trojan on the bench needs the Bruin on the court to get this second serve in. And Kevin King has broken Mackenzie McDonald, and the chance to serve it out here for Philadelphia.
It's the real first time where we see King just kind of like flexing his game, getting all over Newport there. Aggressive returning, aggressive serving. And if you're Newport and there's Billie Jean King, the legend, looking on, she's got to be really impressed with her Philadelphia freedoms.
King watching another King. Can Kevin close it out for Billie Jean and the rest of the Freedom faithful? Ripping another ace. 123 down the tee. Another Geico timeout called for here by Orange County, and McDonald getting Marcelo de Molinaire, who is all out to offer a drink and a smile maybe, and maybe some player advice. Tough spot here for McDonald again, coming in cold off a flight. And he landed just about 3 hours ago, and he's played a set of doubles and now on the verge of a quick set of singles. A couple of service holds before getting broken in his last service game by King. We can finish things off with 2 more points.
I'll talk a lot about Taylor Townsend, but I'm telling you, Philadelphia ends up winning this season, winning the King Cup. It's the King that could be the guy, the pivotal player in this lineup that does it. The way he's playing now is beyond his ranking on the tour. He's going to really use this as a springboard into better stuff.
It's good to be the King. Philadelphia right now, the kings and queens of world team tennis, as they take another victory. Make it 7 in 8 tries so far in the season. They keep sole possession of first place and take down the defending world team tennis champs 24-16. Greg Carden and Philly will get to celebrate again. Philadelphia so strong all season, and again, part of this 5 matches in 5-day stretch for Philly. They take the opening 2 legs with 3 more difficult days to come. Afternoon affair here tomorrow, Friday night Chicago, Saturday night DC.
There's so many shooters, so many impactful players that they can go to that can carry the load if someone's having a bad outing, a bad set, a bad day. Look at that lineup. Everybody contributed tonight. It's a team effort.
And again, Craig Carden and his team have done this after every victory. Little celebration spin, and they may be ringing their way all the way towards a showdown in the World Team Tennis Final. Another big win, Taylor Townsend, unbeaten in women's singles, and Philly almost unbeaten. They've won every match but one. We'll wrap it up from Philly in a moment.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Philadelphia 24-16 over Orange County. Freedoms beat the Breakers for the second time in 3 matchups. They won the season opener in Orange County, lost a week ago here to the Breakers, but this time the Freedoms leave no doubt. Kevin King finishing things off. 34 game wins now for him on the season. League best in that category, looking ultra impressive. Philadelphia seems like it's got the right recipe towards a potential run to the championship match on August 5th. That'll do it for tonight. Again, more streaming action involving the Freedoms here tomorrow afternoon. Noon start on WTT.tv or wherever you're watching this action at. For Luke Jensen and our entire crew, this is Jason App saying so long. As Philadelphia stays at first, taking down Orange County tonight.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
At least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
WTT.tv has been brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Graphics provided by New Blue FX. Powered by JVC Professional Video.